Face off picked up by NB Ice. They send it up, picked up by Riptide. Thomas Arrest with a drop pass back to McLean. McLean's going to rush it in, joined by Jeffrey and DeRush. Picked off by NB Ice into the corner. Richard with the puck. Sent out front, picked off by Malpin. Malpin's going to bring it up. He's joined by Cormier and Richard. Loses the puck to Jeffrey. Richard goes down hard over Jeffrey. Back to Malpin. Over to Savoie. Up to Cormier. Cormier over to Malpin right through his stick. Out to Richard. Richard with the slap on net. Not able to make anything out of it. This side pushes it forward. Morrison with the puck. Morrison gets it chipped away. Doesn't quite escape the zone. Cormier gives pressure. Picked up by LeBlanc. LeBlanc dumps it into the corner and chases. Smith's going to try as well. Riptide picks it up. Morrison with it. Stuck on the blue. Weeks brings it over. Sends it to Wigmore. Wigmore gets it stripped by Scott. Scott loses it behind the net. Sends it over to Xavier. Gets it picked. Out to Weeks. Weeks challenged by McDonald. McDonald's going to run it. Hall fighting for it. Gets it poked away. Sends it out of the zone. Picked up by O'Keefe. O'Keefe gets his pass picked. Hall picks it up off of that. Hall gets it stripped off of him. Smith tries to give back. Mikolov with the puck gets it tipped away over to Bell. Bell over to Knox. Knox collides with Smith. Picked up by LeBlanc. LeBlanc gets taken out. McLean sends it in. Chased down by McDonald. Pass up, picked off by McLean on the D. Mallet in the corner with Mikhailov. Pressure, Bradley joins in. Picked up by Malik. Up to Mika. Mika sends it up to Maillet. Maillet couldn't quite put his fingers on it. It goes ice. Did Felix take a shot in that? No. Okay. I try and count them, but I get lost sometimes. Mika Privé takes face off for NB Ice. Picked up by LeBlanc behind. Balpin does a shovel over to Savoie. Savoie up to Maillet. Loses it to O'Keefe. I think that's O'Keefe. Maillet giving pressure in the corner. It was Swan, not O'Keefe. Over to McQuillan. Picked off by Balpin. Sends it back in. NB Ice changes up. Picks up by Swan. Swan's going to rush it. Over to McQuillan. Malik picks it up. It's tripped. Mika with it. Back to LeBlanc. Pops the stick. Back to Stewart. Baltin's going to chase it to the corner. Jeffrey gets there first. Passes it up to Maillet. Maillet gets it right on the tape. He's going to go wide. Over and nobody home. Ben's going to pick it up in the corner. Takes it around back. Out front. Not quite able to lay stick on it. Picked up by Tommy DeRush. He's getting pressure. Tripped and no call. Scott's got the puck. He's going to rush it wide. Gets it stripped by Weeks. NB Ice gets a line change. It pops the boards. Face off push forward by Riptide. Scott over towards Cormier. Cormier picks it up off the boards, runs it in, joined by Martin and Richard. Gets stripped from Martin. Keeps it out. Richard with the puck. Knocked out of the air by Weeks. They're on top of each other. I don't know where the puck is. You don't either. They don't either. McDonald comes out with it. Sends it up to Richard. Richard brings it in. Malpin not quite able to lay a stick on it. Picked up by Mallet. Poked back in, didn't quite escape. Cormier is just cruising right now. He's going to go down center. Shot. Oh, blocker side deflected. Richard with the puck now, brings it back in. They're going to call offside. Face off. Won by NB Ice. Goes through Mallet's stick. Up towards Bradley. Bradley sends it back. Smith with the puck. He's going to pick up some speed. Flows around Knox. He's going to go deep. Shot on net. Goes wide. Can't quite see what's going on there. Smith comes out with it. Sends it over. It gets hopped over Xavier's stick. Mallet battling for it. Pops it out of the zone. Picked up by McLean. Over to Mikolov. Mikolov can't quite lay onto it. McCarthy gets it. Takes it around the back of the net. Over to Mallet. Picked off by Knox. Back to McCarthy. McCarthy's pass picked. He's going to run it. Heading wide. Pressure by Bradley. Smith behind the net. Defensive change on this. Fresh legs. McQuillan doesn't quite lay a stick on it. Valpin chases him. Valpin got called for that exact play yesterday. Picked off a haul by Desroches. They're offside. Face off right in front of us, just outside NBI zone. That's Mika on the dot. Face off won by NB Ice, picked up by Riptide. Snagged by Savoie. Desroches with the puck. He goes wide, shot deflected before it could hit. Mika with the puck, joined by Maillet. He gets crushed down. Comes out of the zone, back to Valpin, over to Maillet. Maillet's going to pick it up off the boards and run. They're offside, I guess. Face off in front of us, just outside Riptide zone. Face off pushed forward by NB Ice. D to D by Riptide, chased into the corner. Popped out to Weeks. Weeks sends it over to McLean. Morrison, sorry, not McLean. Shot towards the net, blocked by Felix. Face off to the left of LeMay. Taken by Malpin. Won by Riptide. Cormier picks it up in the corner. Block shot by Scott off of Morrison. LeMay with the cover in front. Face off back to the left of LeMay. Malpin taking the face off again. Won by Martin, back to Scott. Scott pressured by Bradley. Pops out. Deflected wide by Felix. Cormier with the puck, joined by Martin. Richard. He goes wide, comes in, takes a shot. It's a goal! Starting off a little better than yesterday. Zach's hot.
Huh?
Zach's hot.
Yeah.
Brody Smith for the face-off. Push forward, over to Mallet. Mallet up to LeBlanc. Picked off by Riptide, sends it over to D partner. Mikolov gets it stripped by Smith. Being chased by Remus Bradley. Smith over, gets caught offside. That's exactly what I mean. Smith with the puck. Picked off by Swan. Swan brings it in, chased down by defense high and wide. Picked off by McCarthy. Comes out of the zone. Hall putting pressure. Regrouped by Stewart. They come back in, taking the shot over the net. Chased in by Hall. Wrap around the boards by Swan. Picked off by McCarthy and Mallet. Collision behind the net. They go down hard. Another one too. It's a good thing they're 9 and that doesn't hurt. Shot back in by Swan. Picked off by McCarthy over to LeBlanc. Dips around McQuillan. Takes it deep. Joined by Privé. Maillet giving pressure. Pick back up. Not sure what Riptide's doing. Line change. Swan taking it deep. Gets it picked. Body block. Stick got stuck. One game here. Minute 55 left in the first. Privé on the dot. Back to Scott. Scott dumps it in. They're going to call it icing. Face off to the left of LeMay. Back to Scott. Scott rips it over to, can't quite see who that is. I think it's Hall. Nope, it was not. It was Maillet. Maillet posted it forward, challenged by Malik. Privé going for a change, picked back up by Maillet. Back behind the net. LeBlanc on the other side. Out to Scott. Scott dumps it back in. Gonna send it down the ice. It's actually right on net. Blocked by Olame. Over to Scott. Scott gets it out of the zone. Almost picked off. Weeks with the puck. Picked up by Martin. He loses it behind the net. Felix did not see that happening. Barely got a skate on it. Defense kept it out. Maillet with it. all by himself. Joined by Martin. Out front, nobody there to grab it. Refs are letting everything play here. Pass up to Morrison. McCarthy sticks it away. McCarthy dumps it in. They go for a change. Richard gives some pressure in the corner. Cormier with it. Stripped off of him. Kept on the line by Mallet. Mallet is sitting on it. Popped out. Richard picks it up. Sends it back in. It's going to be an icing. 8 seconds left in the first period. Subtle. Face off to the left of LeMay. Taken by Martin. Won by Martin, back to Mallet. Mallet loses it. Shoots it out to Swan. 2 seconds left. And that's going to be the end of the first period. Brought in by Tommy DeRush. Shot on net, blocked by Fedix. Pops out the rebound. Over the glass. Face off to the right of LeMay. Picked up by Martin. Won by Martin, back to Savoie. Savoie behind the net. Gets it tipped away. Over to Tommy DeRush. Picked off by Ben. He's going to go down the center. Oh, off the skate. Over to Stewart, I think it was. Back to Savoie. McQuillan puts pressure and grabs it. Valtin gets in his road. Over to DeRush. In Savoie skates. They come out with it. It goes just wide. Stewart with the puck. Pressure by Richard. Able to snack it away. Shot down the ice. It's going to go wide. Icing. Brody Smith on faceoff. Against Wigmore, I think it is. Smith wins the faceoff, back to Scott. Scott backhands it over the boards, picked up by Hall. Hall over to Smith. Smith's going to bring it in. Goes wide. Backhand over the net. Hall picks it up in the corner. Battling for it. It pops out. Weeks has got it for Riptide. Over to Wigmore. Pressure by LeBlanc. Picked back up. Lost. Couple bodies in center there. Everybody's tied up, picked out. McDonald gets it over to Hall. Hall over to Smith. Smith regroups, chased by Mikalev. Smith with it. He's going to walk it in. He's going to split the D. Try to. Goes down. Xavier Leblanc, pressure. Pops out. They didn't call that offside. Should have been. Mallet dumps it in. NBS goes for a line change. Mikalev takes it in deep, gives it up to LeBlanc. LeBlanc over to Privé. Privé picks it up off the boards. He's getting chased by Bradley. Up to Hall. What a pass. Hall's going to go all by himself. Loses it on the backhand. Goes down hard into the boards. Takes someone else to stick with him. Privé somehow comes out with that. Not quite able to keep it. McCarthy over to Mallet. Hall looking for a line change. Sends it between the feet on the Riptide change. Tommy DeRush up deep. Riptide playing the top man. McCarthy not able to get a rebound off the boards like he wanted. Chased down by LeBlanc. Pops out. Back to McCarthy. McCarthy to Privé. Privé gets it stripped over to Mallet. Off the ref. Comes out over to Swan. Pops it in. McCarthy picks it up. McCarthy chased by Tommy DeRush. Over to, was that Louis? No. Tripped by Mallet. On Mallet, they're going to call it. That's in Jeffrey. Number 11, Hudson Jeffrey, is going to eat a tripping call. Well earned. Face off to the left of Riptide. Martin sends it out to Valtin. Valtin to Savoie. Savoie with the shot. Oh, almost deflected in by Martin's elbow. Richard with the puck. Tries to get over to Martin. Can't. It escapes the zone. Tommy DeRush giving pressure. Cormier with it. Joined by Martin. Gets it chipped away on him. Going to chase it back. Savoie keeps it in. Over to Martin. Back to Savoie. Savoie's got pressure. Gives it up. Comes out. Martin with the puck. He's going to curl around. Pass up. Martin gets it out of that. Over to Cormier. Cormier to Martin. Chipped away. Richard with it. Richard with the dip. Did not quite get the shot he wanted to on that. Valtin with the puck. He's going to bring it up. Goes wide. Backhand. Cormier picks it up. Over to Ben. Cannot quite get it. Gets tipped away. Martin comes out with it. Over to McDonald. McDonald to Cormier. Cormier to Scott. Scott with the shot. On net. Smith with it. Smith brings it back around. He goes down, takes someone with him. Pressure. Smith trying to get it. Pops out. Richard's got it. Richard to Hall. Oh, it gets picked on the way to Hall. Up to Mikalev. He's sitting on the blue line as normal. Scott's going to give pressure. Runs through him. Deflected wide by Felix. McDonald sends it up, pulls it around, up to Smith. Smith goes down. Scott picks it up, over to Hall. Hall pokes it over to Smith. Smith giving pressure, Hall joins. Nikolov with the puck comes out of the zone. LeBlanc sends it in, tags up, Knox with it now. Xavier giving pressure on Knox, joined by Bradley. Bradley picks it up off of that. Penalty's over, didn't even realize. Scott picks it in the corner, sends it up to LeBlanc. LeBlanc, Smith skate onto his stick, over to Hall. Hall stops short, making sure he's onside, goes around with the dip around, takes it behind the net, loops it back. They rush, picks it up, over to Morrison. Nope, McLean. I got the right M at least. Smith with it. Gets tripped, goes down, they play it. And call the offside. Face off right in front of us, just outside NB Ice zone. Won by NB Ice. Push forward. They're calling it an ice. Yeah. They're waving it.
Little English on that.
Picked off by Privé, sent to the corner. Malé's going to chase it. Gets to it first, sends it deep. Maé's going to go for it. Pops it around the corner. Picked up by Tommy DeRush. Bounces it over McQuillan. To Malé. They're going to battle for it in front of the NBA's bench. So they're calling that a no offside. Calling that a no trip. Pushes it forward. Privé tries to come out with it. Not quite able to. Over to Tommy to rush. Maddox giving him some stick. Mika picks it up. Over to LeBlanc. Off of Mika. Comes back out. I don't agree with that one, but that's just me. I'd say he's got a better angle, hopefully. We'll give the green stripe a break. Picked up by Wigmore. Wigmore dumps it deep. Picked up by Savoie. Phil Martin giving a battle. Picked up by Richard. Richard sends it over to Zach. Zach's going to chase it. Then Whitechin's going to get it to it first. Tipped by Richard. Martin picks it up. Up to Cormier. Cormier tries to send it far over to Zach, to Richard, not able to. McLean with the puck. Shot on net. Rebound, not able to make something with a rebound. Cormier with the puck one-on-one. Chased down by McLean. He goes wide, takes a shot. It gets deflected wide by the goalie. Riptide with the puck. Stretch pass. Over to Mikalev. Smith with the puck, joined by Richard. Smith's going between. Tries to get the shot off from his butt, but he's not able to. Over to Smith from Richard. Shot deflected high. Gloved by the goalie.
We got a horse race going on here.
Good game. Shots are 7-6 right now.
Is that right?
Yeah. Tommy DeRush over to McLean. Picked up by Scott. The two of them eat each other. McDonald with it. Sends it over to LeBlanc. Over to Hall. Hall gets taken down by Tommy DeRush. Swan with the puck. Swan passes it up to McLean. Scott putting pressure on him, sending him wide. Not able to get the shot off. Picked up behind the net by Scott. Scott's got pressure. Wrap around, not able to put it through. Jeffrey with the puck. Blocked by Scott. Felix has got no stick. Picked off by Jeffrey. Dumps it back to defense. Tipping that back and forth. Swan with the shot. High and wide. Jeffrey takes it behind the net. Scramble. NB Ice comes out with the puck. I think that's Smith. Smith gets tripped and dropped out at the same time. Swan brings it in. Swan chased by McDonald out front. Picked off by LeBlanc to Hall. Hall gets it out of the zone. Brought back by Weeks. McDonald's going to chase it behind the net. LeMay's got his stick back. Privé joins in. Can't quite see what's going on. That's the end of the second. McCarthy with the puck picked off the wing. Up to LeBlanc. He dumps it in. Picked up by Mallet. Over to LeBlanc. Stuck in feet. Tommy goes through everybody. Popped out. Bouchard picks it up. He's joined by Maillet. Up to Maillet. Eric's going to go wide into the corner. Sends it out to front where net gets picked up. Up to Tommy. Around McCarthy. McCarthy giving battle. Sent in. Pinched by Mallet. Picked back up by Hudson Jeffrey. Goes around Mallet over to DeRush. Loses it. Picked up by Privé. Privé with the shot on net wide. Picked up by LeBlanc. There's a scramble in there. I don't know if that's in or not. No, that's it. There's three people in there. They're calling it a no goal. I'm running time here. I want a video replay of that one. Pop back by NB Ice. It escapes the zone. Picked up by Savoie. Savoie dumps it back. Over to Cormier. Cormier to Martin. Joined by Richard. Loses it. Richard de Maupin goes through everybody. Phil with the shot, deflected. Richard gives pressure, goes down, takes Bradley with him. Pops out of the zone. Offside. Face off in front of the Riptide bench just outside their zone. Won by NBI's, picked up by Riptide. McDonald tries to clear, gets picked off by Weeks. Over to Wigmore. Wigmore with the shot on net, blocked by LeMay. They're in the corner, can't see what's going on. Martin tries to send it over to Richard, pops out. That's an offside, they didn't call it. Scott picks it up off of that. It's a chase. Richard can't quite get to it, gets body blocked. Up to Morrison. Morrison over to Wigmore. Back to Morrison on the drop. Scott goes in to get him. Shot to Felix. Sent out. Scott picks it up. Backhand out the zone. Nope. Picked up by Cormier. Cormier is looking for his pass. Still went for the change. McDonald sends it up. Pops it out. Ben's going to get his change. Smith's putting pressure. Xavier Leblanc putting pressure on. Picked up by Scott. Picked off by Hall. Hall pokes it forward again. Loses it. Picks it back up. Battle in the corner. There's a penalty on Riptide. And it's saved. Body checking penalty. Interference?
That is
interference, not body checking. On Jeffrey again. Is that what it is? That would be a tough one. Face off won by Tommy DeRush. Blocked by Scott. Popped over to Hall. Hall out to Scott. Scott's on his wrong hand here. They're trying to play deep. Pinched by Mallet. Up to LeBlanc. Goes wide over to Smith. Smith's joined by Hall. Over to Hall. Shot. Oh! It goes over. DeRush brings it deep. Poke back out. I'm going to chase Swan on the backside. Leo. Body blocked by Leo. Picked up by Smith. Battle in the corner. Smith and Swan. Out to Hall. Hall towards Smith. Another body block. Behind the net by McLean. No movement. They send it down deep. They're going to get their change. Knox with the puck. Pulled it out of that. Bradley chases it deep. It went wide. Smith blocking for Mallet. Shot by Eric, far over and wide. Privé with the puck. Sent wide by the goalie. Sent back to the net. Malik's there. Pops out. McDonald picks it up on the boards. LeBlanc giving pressure. Comes out. No, Bradley's got it. More pressure by Privé. Picked up by Ben Mikolev. He gets it poked away. Picked up by LeBlanc. Towards Privé. Privé is joined by Maillet. Privé goes around. Taken down. Shot by Malik. Wide. Picked up. Penalties over. Didn't even realize it. They rush with the puck. Goes around the defender. Shot. Oh, he can't quite wrap it. Felix got lucky there. Another shot on net. Martin comes out with it. He sends it up to Malik. Goes through Malik's stick. Lots of pressure by Riptide right now. They're buzzing. McCarthy's got it. He's going to bring it up. Sends it to Zach. Cormier with it. Gets it stripped. Martin's going to chase in the corner. Over to Richard. Richard tries to send it back. Picked up by Martin. Sent out front. Cormier. Oh, over to Richard. He's not there. Back to Mallet. Over to Richard. Rims it. Picked up by Weeks. Nope. Picked up by McCarthy. Picked off by McClellan. McLean. Wigmore with it. Richard's got it there. Doesn't quite come out. Morrison. Shot. Blocked by Felix. You might. You play with them. I just watched them. Smith on the face-off. Won by Riptide. Back to Stewart. Stewart with the shot. Blocked by Hall. Smith picks it up from under the ref. Not quite able to pick it out. Gets to Desrush. Desrush goes around Hall. Shot on Felix. Glove down.
Who's the goaltender, Tim?
It's LeMay.
Who?
LeMay. I do. It is 13 shots for Riptide, 9 for NB Ice. Face-off won by Riptide. Blocked by LeMay. Sent out. Over to Privé. Privé shovels it out. Picked off by Jeffrey. Picked up by Martin. Able to keep that onside. Tried to get it to Cormier. Cormier picks it up. Swan gets it in behind. Chased by Martin. He's got some speed. Riptide goes for a line change while Swan brings it deep. Off the crossbar! Batted out of the air off the crossbar. That was insane. Cormier with it deep. Popped over to Privé. Privé, full reversal. Shot towards the net. Deflected, blocked by their goalie. Kept in somehow. Popped out. Scott is going to send it back in. They're offside. Comes out, regroups. Louis sends it back to the neutral zone. Bradley with the puck. He gets around on the boards. Sent over to the far side. Knox is going to pick it up. Knox takes a bump from Privé. Privé comes out with it. Going to send it to Cormier. No, that's LeBlanc, sorry. Malik's got it. Walks it in. Joined with Smith and Richard. Over to Smith. Gets it poked. Regroup. Need a big back check here. Then Wetchern with it. Chased by Louis. Blocked by Felix. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left. Is this the third? It is the third.
It is definitely the third.
It is the third.
So we do an overtime.
They do a 5-minute overtime. Wide over by Felix. Blocked by Felix again. Felix no stick. He gets down to get it. Taking out LeBlanc. Dumped in deep. Malé's going to chase. Also Jeffrey there. Pops it out past McQuillan. Over to LeBlanc. LeBlanc lays a stick on it. Tries to get through. Battling for it. Smith joins in. Smith comes out with it. Everybody goes down. O'Keefe with it behind the net right now. Minute 30 left. Stewart with the puck. Picked off by LeBlanc. He's going to run it in. Behind the net. Riptide with the puck. Over to Tommy. Back to Morrison. Poked away. Out of the zone. Cormier with it. Cormier trying to catch him on a change. Maupin with the... Oh! Not quite a penalty. Riptide. 55 seconds left. I'm going to check the rules here real quick. I think it's a 3-on-3 overtime if it makes it that far. Five-minute overtime, 3-on-3 if this goes to overtime. Who's in the box? 8? I believe that's a timeout called. Was it Riptide called that timeout or NB Ice? I'll give it to them. I think so.
Then you said 3-on-3 for 5.
Yeah. Timeout's over. 55.1 seconds left in the third period. Face off to the right of Willis, or is it the right of Willis? The Riptide goalie. You've got Cormier, Martin, Savoie, Malin, and Privé. Martin on the face-off. Wins it back to Mallet. Mallet to Savoie. Oh, goes through Savoie. Poked out. Picked up by Mallet. 43 seconds left in the third. Up to Martin. Over to Cormier. Cormier able to get it in. Out to Savoie. Savoie to Mallet. 30 seconds left. Shot on net. O'Keefe with the puck, shovels it. Mallet picks it up. Shot on net. Note wide. Cormier with it. Tries to get it over to Martin. Is not able to. Back to Mallet. Mallet takes a shot. Blocked by their goalie. Willis is hot. Mallet's got it again. Sends it deep. 5 seconds left. We're going to overtime. I lost my connection to my scoreboard and that. There we go. 5-minute overtime should be 3-on-3. Should be 3-on-4 because they got a penalty.
Oh, you rather be cold? Alright. That's a good plan.
Go like this.
Things are so easily met.
Oh, crazy. On the ice, we've got Cormier, Smith, Savoie, Mallet. On the Riptide side, Stewart, DeRush, and Jeffrey. Face off won by NBA, is brought in by Cormier, tried to be brought in by Cormier, Jeffrey with it. Picked off by Savoie. Savoie over to Smith, loses it. Stewart with it. Shot towards the net. Blocked by Felix. They whistle. 40 seconds. 44 left on the penalty. Face off to the right of LeMay. Smith against DeRush. Smith wins it. Back to Savoie. Savoie behind the net. Over to Smith. Cormier's up high. Smith going wide. Chased by Jeffrey. He loses the puck in the snow. Pressure. Picks it up. Smith. 21 seconds left in the penalty. Cormier with it. Stays on side. Goes wide. Takes a shot. It goes wide. They clear it. Try to. Mallet picks it up. Savoie goes down. Mallet gets it stripped. And offside. And it's going to be 3-on-3 hockey now. Face off outside the Riptide zone. 3:53 left in overtime. Timeout. Riptide. That's it for the timeout. None left for anybody. Face off right in front of the Riptide bench. 3:53 left in overtime. Sent forward by Prive. Richard with pressure. Gets in deep. 2-on-1. Mika comes out with it on the backside. Richard's on the back. Pass out. Richard gets it. Shot. Blocked down. Mallet not quite able to keep it in. DeRush is going to chase him. He goes wide. Forward changes. That comes on. Takes it wide. Oh, gets blocked by Jeffrey. Prive with it. Prive sends it back to Mallet. Mallet with the shot, glove down by Willis. Smith on the face-off, joined by Cormier and Mallet. Picked up by Riptide. Smith's absolutely working on this. Wigmore with the puck. Wide athletics. Swan with it. Pressure by Smith. He goes around. Close game. Zach Cormier, player of the game, NB Ice. William Swan, number 7 for Riptide. All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. That's a wrap for NB Ice for the season.